Jimmy Donaldson doesn't sleep. Not really. While his 234 million subscribers think they're watching a fun-loving YouTuber who gives away millions, they're actually witnessing the most sophisticated content machine ever built. MrBeast isn't a creator. He's a corporation disguised as a person, a system engineered to exploit every psychological trigger, every algorithmic preference, every human weakness for views. His empire is worth $500 million minimum, possibly billions, built on a foundation that's far darker than his bright thumbnails suggest. Let's start with the numbers that don't add up. MrBeast claims to spend $3 million per video. His monthly burn rate? $48 million just on main channel content. Add his other channels, his 4,000 employees, his warehouses, his logistics, we're talking $100 million per month in expenses. YouTube ad revenue? Even with his astronomical views, he's making maybe $4 million per video from ads. The math doesn't work unless you understand what's really happening behind those million-dollar giveaways. Jimmy started in 2012, a 13-year-old kid in Greenville, North Carolina, obsessed with cracking YouTube's code, not making good videos, cracking the code. He spent years analyzing every successful video, tracking view patterns, studying retention graphs. He discovered something crucial. YouTube's algorithm doesn't reward good content. It rewards addictive content. Content that makes people watch one more video, then another, until it's 3 a.m. and they hate themselves. Jimmy didn't just learn this, he perfected it. The retention optimization is surgical. Every MrBeast video follows an identical psychological pattern. First 3 seconds, impossible promise. I bought everything in this store. Next 10 seconds, proof it's real. Show the money, show the scale, make it undeniable. Then, the hook within the hook. But there's a twist. Every 15 to 30 seconds, a new development, a new stakes raise, a new reason you can't click away. It's not entertainment. It's engineered addiction. His team, and it is a team, not Jimmy alone, analyzes every single frame. They track where people click away down to the millisecond. They A/B test thumbnails with focus groups before publishing. They have psychologists on staff who optimize color patterns to trigger specific emotional responses. That signature MrBeast thumbnail face, it's calculated. The mouth slightly open triggers curiosity. The wide eyes suggest shock. The bright colors activate the amygdala. You don't choose to click. Your brain is hijacked. But here's where it gets dark. The giveaways, the philanthropy, the life-changing money, it's all a loss leader. MrBeast isn't making money from YouTube. He's using YouTube to build something much bigger. Every video is a customer acquisition cost for his real businesses. Feastables, his chocolate company, already worth $1.5 billion in private valuations. MrBeast Burger, operating in 1,000+ locations without owning a single restaurant. The merch empire pulling in $200 million annually. YouTube is just the marketing department. The Feastables strategy is particularly brilliant and ruthless. Jimmy isn't trying to compete with Hershey's on taste or price. He's weaponizing his audience. Every video now includes Feastables product placement, not ads, integration. The chocolate bars are prizes, plot points, emotional moments. His young audience doesn't see marketing. They see their hero's product. Parents report their kids having meltdowns in grocery stores, demanding Feastables. It's not chocolate. It's belonging to the MrBeast universe. Virtual restaurants deserve special scrutiny. MrBeast Burger operates through ghost kitchens, existing restaurants that make his branded food. The quality is notoriously inconsistent because it's made by different kitchens with varying standards. Customers complain about raw burgers, wrong orders, food poisoning. But Jimmy doesn't care about food quality. He cares about data. Every order gives him customer information, buying patterns, geographic preferences. He's building a database worth billions to future advertisers. The labor practices are where things get genuinely disturbing. MrBeast employs 4,000 people, mostly young, mostly desperate to be part of the empire. Former employees describe a culture of impossible demands. 100-hour work weeks are normal. Sleeping in the office is expected. One editor reported working 120 hours straight to meet a deadline, hallucinating from exhaustion. When he complained, he was told, "Jimmy works harder than anyone." It's a cult of productivity where human limits don't exist. The contestant treatment is worse. Those people competing for millions? They sign contracts that would make Black Mirror writers blush. Total rights to their image forever. No ability to discuss their experience without approval. Medical emergencies waived. Psychological damage? Your problem. Contestants in Survive 100 Days in a Circle reported developing anxiety disorders, depression, and PTSD. The woman who won $1 million? She can't talk about what really happened in that circle, ever. Delaware, Jimmy's right hand, best friend, and recurring face in videos, represents another dark pattern. Jimmy hires friends, makes them dependent on him financially, then controls their entire existence. Delaware can't have a career outside MrBeast. He's trapped in character, playing the sidekick forever. Other crew members report the same dynamic. They're not employees, they're possessions. Leave MrBeast, and you're not just losing a job. You're losing your identity, your audience, your future. The charity work, Team Trees, Team Seas, Curing Blindness, requires careful examination. These aren't spontaneous acts of kindness. They're calculated reputation management. Team Trees raised $20 million to plant 20 million trees. Sounds amazing. Except tree planting without forest management often fails. Most of those trees will die within 5 years. The cataract surgeries? Performed by doctors who are already doing them. Jimmy just paid for cameras to film them. The charity is real, but the framing is manipulation. Every good deed is content. Every life changed is a thumbnail. The gambling psychology embedded in his content is insidious. Last to Leave Circle wins $500,000 isn't a game show. It's training young viewers to see extreme risk-taking as normal. Kids internalize that success means enduring suffering for money. The random subscriber giveaways? They're slot machines, teaching viewers to keep watching for their chance to win. It's not generosity, it's operant conditioning. Jimmy has turned his entire audience into gambling addicts who don't realize they're gambling. The money trail gets stranger the deeper you look. MrBeast's funding doesn't come from YouTube revenue. It comes from venture capital. Greenlight Capital, Flex Capital, Knight Ventures, they've poured hundreds of millions into his operation. VCS don't invest in YouTube channels. They invest in data harvesting operations, in audience capture systems, in monopolies. They see what Jimmy really is, not a creator, but a platform. A direct pipeline to Gen Z's wallets and minds. Inside the MrBeast headquarters in Greenville, North Carolina, there's a room called the War Room. Walls covered in monitors displaying real-time analytics, view counts, retention graphs, comment sentiment analysis, competitor tracking. 20-something-year-olds work in shifts, monitoring every metric, every reaction, every fluctuation in the algorithm. This isn't a YouTube channel. It's a data harvesting operation that happens to produce videos. The production scale is incomprehensible. MrBeast doesn't just film videos, he manufactures them. 5 massive warehouses totaling 380,000 square feet house permanent sets, a replica grocery store, a fake neighborhood, underground bunkers. These aren't rented for shoots. Jimmy owns them. He's built a parallel reality where he controls every variable. Weather problematic? They have indoor rain machines. Need a desert? They've trucked in 500 tons of sand. Reality is inefficient. Jimmy prefers to build his own. Consider the actual logistics of a typical MrBeast video. I gave 1,000 phones away requires purchasing phones, processing them, coordinating delivery, handling taxes, managing legal releases, filming everything, editing thousands of hours of footage. The visible video is 15 minutes. The operation behind it takes months and hundreds of people. But here's the secret. Most of the phones aren't given away randomly. They go to pre-selected individuals who sign extensive contracts. The random winner? Often someone connected to the operation who understands their role in the content machine. Former employees reveal the scripting process. Despite claiming everything is real, MrBeast videos are storyboarded like Hollywood films. Every reaction is anticipated. Multiple outcomes are filmed. If the genuine reaction isn't exciting enough, they reshoot. That contestant who cried when winning $10,000, they did 6 takes. The person who quit the challenge dramatically, they were instructed when to quit for maximum impact. Reality is inefficient. Drama is manufactured. The psychological manipulation extends to his own team. Jimmy uses a technique called love bombing and withdrawal. New employees are showered with attention, money, and promises. They're made to feel special, chosen, part of something revolutionary. Then comes the withdrawal, sudden criticism, impossible standards, public humiliation in team meetings. Employees describe cycling between feeling like geniuses and failures, never knowing which Jimmy they'll encounter. It's classic cult manipulation. Destabilize identity, create dependence, demand absolute loyalty. The Chris situation exposed the darkness beneath the surface. Chris Tyson, Jimmy's childhood friend and co-host, transitioned publicly in 2023. The audience backlash was severe. What did Jimmy do? He gradually reduced Chris's screen time. Not explicitly, but systematically. Videos featuring Chris got lower promotional pushes. Thumbnails started excluding them. By 2024, Chris barely appears. Jimmy didn't publicly abandon his friend. He algorithmically erased them. Because tolerance doesn't optimize for views. Financial forensics revealed disturbing patterns. MrBeast LLC is actually 47 different companies in various jurisdictions. Delaware, LLCS, Nevada corporations, offshore entities in Cyprus and Malta. Why? It's not just tax optimization, it's legal compartmentalization. When MrBeast Burger faces lawsuits for food poisoning, the main empire is protected. When employees sue for labor violations, they're suing shells. Every potential liability is isolated, contained, disposable. Jimmy isn't just protected, he's untouchable. The Amazon deal, announced in 2024, shows the endgame. $100 million for exclusive content sounds impressive. But read the contract details leaked by insiders. Amazon gets full rights to the MrBeast brand for their platform. They can create AI versions of Jimmy. They own his likeness in perpetuity. They're not buying content, they're buying him. And Jimmy agreed because the real product isn't videos. It's the audience. He's selling 234 million people to the highest bidder. The cryptocurrency connections are carefully hidden but documented. Wallet analysis shows MrBeast-connected addresses participating in multiple pump-and-dump schemes. The pattern is consistent. Jimmy or associates buy massive amounts of small cryptocurrencies. Videos subtly mention or feature these coins. Prices spike as fans buy. The wallets dump at peak prices. Millions in profit, extracted directly from his audience's pockets. When confronted, Jimmy claims ignorance. But the wallet patterns don't lie. Squid Game recreation deserves special examination. 456 contestants competed for $456,000 in a replica of the Netflix series. What viewers didn't see: contestants were sleep-deprived, food was deliberately limited, medical care was delayed to increase drama. Several contestants reported developing panic disorders. One attempted suicide 3 weeks after filming. The contracts they signed prevent them from discussing this. They can't even seek therapy without violating NDAS. It wasn't entertainment. It was human experimentation for content. The children's content pipeline is the most insidious element. MrBeast knows his audience is primarily 8 to 16 years old. Every video is designed to bypass parental concern. Bright colors and silly challenges mask the gambling psychology. Parents see harmless fun. Children internalize that money is everything, suffering for views is noble, and MrBeast is the ultimate authority. He's not making content. He's programming a generation. The Clubhouse conversations, leaked in 2021, revealed Jimmy's true philosophy. Quote, "I don't care about making good videos. I care about making viral videos. Quality is subjective. Views are objective. I would rather make trash that gets 100 million views than art that gets 1 million. Another quote, "My audience is stupid. They're literally children. You just show them shiny things and they watch." This is who Jimmy really is when he thinks nobody's recording. Employee turnover tells its own story. MrBeast has a 300% annual turnover rate. The average employee lasts 4 months. Why? Because working for MrBeast destroys people. The pace is unsustainable. The pressure is unbearable. The ethical compromises are soul-crushing. Former employees describe therapy, medication, and breakdowns as standard. One editor, "I made more money than ever, but wanted to die every morning." That's the MrBeast experience. The editing sweatshops are particularly dystopian. Hundreds of editors in the Philippines, Kenya, and Bangladesh work on MrBeast videos for $2 to $5 per hour. They sign contracts in English they can't fully understand. They work 16-hour shifts to meet impossible deadlines. When they complain, they're replaced instantly. The cheerful videos about helping people are edited by exploited workers in the global south. Every frame of generosity is processed through systemic exploitation. The cracks are starting to show. In 2024, MrBeast's viewership, while still massive, has plateaued. The formula that seemed unbreakable is breaking. Videos that once guaranteed 100 million views now struggle to hit 70 million. The audience is aging out, burning out, waking up. But Jimmy can't stop. He's built a machine that requires exponential growth to survive. The moment MrBeast stops growing, the entire empire collapses. And Jimmy knows it. The financial reality is terrifying. MrBeast operates on a venture capital model in a creator economy space. He's raised over $500 million at a $5 billion valuation. Investors expect 10 times returns. That means MrBeast needs to be worth $50 billion to satisfy his backers. For context, Disney is worth $170 billion and owns Marvel, Star Wars, and a century of intellectual property. Jimmy owns, what? A YouTube channel? A chocolate brand? Ghost kitchens? The math doesn't work unless he becomes something unprecedented. The expansion strategy reveals the desperation. MrBeast is launching in every direction simultaneously. Gaming channels, reaction channels, dubbed channels in 14 languages, MrBeast 2, MrBeast 3, MrBeast Shorts. Each requires separate teams, separate budgets, separate infrastructure. He's not expanding, he's fragmenting. The core channel funds everything else at a loss. It's a pyramid scheme where Jimmy is both the architect and the foundation. When he cracks, everything crumbles. Internal documents leaked in 2024 show the burn rate has reached $150 million per month. Revenue? $80 million on the best months. The difference is covered by new investment rounds, each diluting Jimmy's ownership. He started with 100% of MrBeast. He now owns less than 40%. By the time investors are satisfied, he'll own nothing. He's not building an empire. He's building someone else's empire while destroying himself. The health toll on Jimmy is visible. Compare 2020 Jimmy to 2024 Jimmy. The weight gain, the dead eyes, the forced smile that doesn't reach beyond his mouth. He claims to work 12 to 15 hours daily. Insiders say it's 18 to 20. He doesn't have relationships. He doesn't have hobbies. He doesn't have a life outside MrBeast. He's not a person anymore. He's a brand. And brands don't get to rest, retire, or be human. Former friends describe a transformation. Young Jimmy was obsessive but passionate. Current Jimmy is hollow. He speaks in metrics, not emotions. He evaluates every human interaction for content potential. His girlfriend? Cast for compatibility with the audience. His friendships? Calculated for on-screen chemistry. His family? Props in the MrBeast narrative. Everyone around him isn't a person. They're either assets or liabilities. The legal challenges are mounting. 7 lawsuits for unsafe working conditions, 12 for contract violations, 3 class actions for MrBeast burger food safety. Each costs millions in settlements and legal fees. But worse, they're discovery risks. If any case goes to trial, internal documents become public. The real contracts, the real finances, the real treatment of contestants and employees. Jimmy settles everything, no matter the cost, because transparency would be fatal. Competitors are learning his formula. Yes Theory, Air Rack, Ryan Trahan, they're all copying elements of MrBeast's model, but without the overhead. They don't need 4,000 employees. They don't need warehouses. They're proving you can get 80% of MrBeast's results with 5% of his costs. The moat he built is evaporating. The formula he perfected is now public domain. He's not competing against creators anymore. He's competing against his own innovations used against him. The platform dependency is the ultimate vulnerability. MrBeast exists entirely at YouTube's mercy. One algorithm change could destroy him overnight. YouTube takes 45% of ad revenue. They control recommendation systems. They own the audience relationship. If YouTube decides MrBeast is too powerful, too problematic, or too expensive, they can bury him instantly. He's not building on solid ground. He's building on someone else's platform who can evict him whenever convenient. The audience capture problem is unsolvable. MrBeast's viewers don't transfer. When he launches products, only 0.3% buy. When he promotes other channels, only 1% subscribe. The audience isn't his. They're YouTube's, temporarily interested in his content. He can't migrate them to another platform. He can't convert them to customers efficiently. He has 234 million subscribers who won't follow him anywhere except to the next video. The whistleblowers are multiplying. Former employees are organizing, sharing documents, preparing collective action. They've created encrypted channels to coordinate. Major media outlets are investigating. The New York Times has reporters embedded in Greenville. Netflix is producing a documentary. The wall of NDAs and fear is cracking. When it breaks, the revelations will be catastrophic. Every sponsored video, every faked reaction, every exploited worker, every manufactured moment, all documented, verified, and public. The mental health crisis among his audience is becoming undeniable. Therapists report increasing numbers of young patients with MrBeast-related anxiety, kids who feel worthless because they're not millionaires, teenagers attempting dangerous challenges for views, young adults burning out trying to replicate his work ethic. He's created a generation that measures worth in subscribers, success in views, and life value in monetization potential. The psychological damage is generational. China and India are creating MrBeast clones with state resources. They've studied his model, improved it, and deployed it at scale. They don't need profitability. They need influence. They're using his techniques to capture global youth attention, but with propaganda purposes. Jimmy created the playbook for algorithmic mind control. Now hostile actors are using it. He's not just exploiting attention, he's weaponized it, and others have noticed. The succession problem has no solution. MrBeast without Jimmy Donaldson isn't MrBeast. He can't retire. He can't sell. He can't transition. He's trapped in a prison of his own creation, forced to perform until he physically or mentally breaks. And when he does, not if, when, the collapse will be spectacular. Thousands unemployed, hundreds of millions in investor losses, an entire creator economy model proven unsustainable. The environmental impact is staggering. Every MrBeast video generates tons of waste. Props, sets, products, all single use, all discarded. The carbon footprint of flying 1,000 people to compete, the resources consumed for stunts, the electronic waste from giving away thousands of devices. He plants trees for show while generating more waste than a small city. It's performative environmentalism masking ecological destruction. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. MrBeast is the logical endpoint of YouTube's model. Maximum extraction of human attention, complete subordination of humanity to metrics, the transformation of creativity into algorithmic compliance. He's not corrupting YouTube, he's perfecting it. He's showing us what the platform actually wants: infinite content, infinite growth, infinite consumption, humanity be damned. The final irony is that Jimmy probably knows all this. In rare moments of honesty, he's admitted he can't stop. The machine is bigger than him now. The investors, employees, audience, they all depend on MrBeast continuing forever. He's created a perpetual motion machine that requires his soul as fuel, and he's running out of soul to burn. When MrBeast finally collapses through burnout, scandal, or platform change, it won't just be a channel ending. It will be the end of an era. The myth that creators can build sustainable empires on platforms they don't own. The lie that infinite growth is possible in finite systems. The delusion that human creativity can be infinitely optimized without destroying the human. Jimmy Donaldson started as a kid who wanted to crack YouTube's code. He succeeded beyond anyone's imagination, but in winning the game, he's revealed that the game itself is rigged, destructive, and ultimately unsustainable. MrBeast isn't a success story. It's a cautionary tale, a warning about what happens when we optimize humanity out of human creativity, when we turn art into algorithm, when we sacrifice everything for views. The $500 million dark empire will fall. Not because Jimmy failed, but because he succeeded too completely. He built the perfect content machine. And perfect machines have no room for imperfect humans, including the one who built it.